And I'm back with another race. It's no longer raining this time. It's 75 degrees, partly cloudy, pretty good conditions. I'm hoping I'll do pretty well, but we'll see how it goes. Immediately we have a pretty slow start. All the people in orange up front is the New England development team, so nobody wants to push past them, and everyone's pretty content to let them lead for the beginning. So the first few laps here are at this pretty sedate pace. Okay, we're about 8 minutes into the race, and here we get our first attack, and this is the first time anybody puts on any real speed. Here's proof that I'm learning. I don't attack. I stay right back here because I realized, a group breaking off this early, no chance they get away. I might as well just stay in the pack. It would be ridiculous to chase them down. So here I am, doing well so far. Now here we have an attack that I do follow, but this guy in front of me is much taller than I am, so he makes a great draft. And at this point I had already decided that I didn't really want to do any pulling, so if he stopped, then I would just stop as well. And almost immediately you can see that's pretty much exactly what happened. He starts pedaling slowly, I immediately am soft pedaling. I'm not in the draft here, but it's because we're really not going that fast. I'm immediately waiting for the rest of the pack to catch back up to me, because I'm not doing sprints 10 minutes into the race. And there we go, attacked right off. This was pretty much as expected. Again, I wasn't actually trying to make a breakaway here, and I wanted to get back in the draft as soon as possible. As you can see, I'm already doing a much better job, I think, of staying in the draft and staying kind of in the group. Last time I was getting pushed to the outside very often. Right now I'm right in the middle. There's always somebody in front of me to block the wind. And at least for the first half of this race, I think I've already improved significantly on my drafting abilities. We're coming back to the sprint to the end of the first preem lap here. I decided not to go for any preems during this race, but it is cool to see everybody's up there spreading out, and the sprint is about to go down. I, luckily, was just kind of in the back of this whole group that's going to sprint, which means I get some extra free speed for a lot less effort. Now at 15 minutes into the race, and this is the first time in which I decided to actually take a pull. There were like a few different groups that had actually firmly broken off the front at this point, and I thought it was good time to reel them back. As you can see, there's a guy pretty far off up there, and I think there were more ahead of him, so I decided to take a pull about halfway through the race. This pull probably was unnecessary, but I don't really regret it. It was probably okay, and I recovered okay from it. I feel like someone's got to explain this to me. I just did like a 60-second long pull trying to catch a guy who's breaking away. This guy comes off in front of me to help pull, and he's there for like 12 seconds before immediately giving up and asking me to do some more pulling. It almost is no help at all. Is that just like tactics? He's just not strong enough? Or maybe I should just be taking way shorter pulls? Not really sure what I should do about that. I did end up catching back on. This guy is one of the strongest riders in the whole field, maybe the strongest. His like 5-minute power, it must be insane. But I don't think he's super experienced either. He seems to spend a lot of time like attacking the whole group, which, I mean, it's like something that I would do. It seems kind of silly. And if he stayed in the pack more, I'm sure could win some sprints. But this happened last race. This was the same guy last race who I was chasing out after. So, maybe we should meet up and form a team or something.
You've got insane power, man. Nobody else wants to pull, including me.
Okay, man, relax. Okay, this keeps happening. If I'm not right up in like second or third place, then that same guy keeps dropping everybody, and nobody ever wants to stay on his tail, so it's always left to me to pull him back. The issue is that he probably has the power to hold on to these attacks if somebody doesn't chase him down. But again, I probably shouldn't be doing it. It wasn't too bad, and he's so tall that he makes really an excellent draft for me, which really helps me out. And I know that I can get super arrow, and I make a terrible draft for him, so it's not all bad. But every time this guy breaks off the front, nobody ever wants to chase him except for me. And I think maybe I just need to relax a bit. Here we are in the second preem. Some people are sprinting up there. Again, I'm not going for this preem, so I'm staying back here in the pack. As we cross the finish line, you can see that there are 5 laps to go, which is important. Keep in mind, each lap takes about 2 minutes, so that means there's 10 minutes left in the race. And there it is, a 3-man breakaway, which I am in, with 4 laps to go. Now, keep in mind, up until this point, my average power for this race has been 235 watts, which is significantly down from my last race of 270 watts. So, I was doing very well. Everything that I discussed before, staying in the draft, trying not to chase breakaways so much, I think I was doing very well at. But 4 laps to go is too many laps to go. This is when it really all fell apart for me. I thought I could make this breakaway and hold on to it, but 4 laps to go means about 8 minutes of riding, and I just don't have the 8-minute power to hold on, especially with monsters like this. I was already struggling at this point, and to do another 4 laps was crazy, but I held on as long as I could. That's 3 laps to go. And here,
Fuck me!
I realized my mistake. It was at this point that I knew 3 laps to go was too many laps to go, and I went out too soon. Lesson learned, I guess. Two laps to go, and we're still leading a lead off the front, but it's not going to last much longer. You can see right here is the moment that I snapped. I realized I was not going to be able to hold on to this pace for another 2 laps, and that was pretty much it. Pretty soon I got passed by like most of the field, and I've got nothing left. 2 laps to go. I went off 2 laps too early. There we go. That we're caught. I'm caught at least, and caught again by a lot of other people. Two laps later here, I've fallen so far behind the main field that you don't even realize that they've all finished at this point. Here's me crossing the finish line. I guess the real lesson learned here is it's never too late to get cocky and ruin your entire race. I placed 18th out of 28, my worst result yet. Overall, I think for the most of the race, I think I was actually doing significantly better than I did before. I think I'm still learning. Good to know that a 4-lap lead out is just too much. I think my heart is telling me that I'm a lead out man, but my brain is telling me that I really should just be a sprinter. We'll see how that goes for the next race, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.